It was up to him. His bike whizzed with incredible speed. Maybe it was also partly the nutrient-boosted sugar cereal he had every day. Maybe it was partly the hopes and dreams he imagined his backpack was stuffed with. Maybe it was partly thoughts of the TV Zero Heroes he watched. And maybe it was because this new little job might mean part of a new existence. Gary and his trusty bike hustled through city traffic, past Hector's garage where he always went to get his flat tires fixed and to eat donuts, past the big construction well plastered with ads for rock concerts, conspiracy meetings, a building development proposed for a vacant lot. He even whizzed past the winding street that led to the run-down apartment building where he, Gary, lived. Fast, efficient. He could squeeze through places a car couldn't. Gary was always riding the streets looking for ways to get places faster. Knowing where parks led, where dead ends were, made going to destinations and hangouts a lot easier. He knew park benches, taxi stands, clattering streetcar and bus loops, and specialty places like the TV shop where he once got to watch his favorite cartoon when his own TV was on the blink. He was going as fast as a race car now. It was almost 10 p.m. now and the streets were dark except for the runway-like glow of the streetlights. It was like an airport, and might even be a place where spaceships came to land. He was feeling charged up. Gary was no longer racing in his race car, no, Gary was now zooming along in a spaceship moving at the speed of light. Coming back down to earth suddenly, he could see the main streets were still filled with cars and trucks, honking as they crawled their way to wherever they wanted to go. At this late hour, Gary was pumped to get to his destination as quickly as possible. This was where using the side streets he knew, even those that would weave and turn and circle around like a maze or a labyrinth, would help him. It might turn him into a bit of a hero now. He quickly looked down at his watch. Gotta get there, he quietly said to himself. No street ninjas tonight. Street ninjas was a game Gary liked to play in his head. While biking across the city, he would imagine he had something of great importance, and that, as well as the TV villains of Zero Heroes, the hired street ninjas were being paid to snatch it from him, no matter the cost. With Gary's vivid imagination, and tonight the odd meeting with the well-dressed stranger and the request to deliver a package to a meeting across town, Gary couldn't help but expect some street ninjas. He checked all the streets as he pedaled and even doubled back a few times to be sure he was alone and safe. Phew, made it. Gary now knew he could pedal more cautiously. It was 10:30 on the dot as he arrived at his destination, a tall building. He locked up his bike and walked, with legs that trembled a bit, through the big glass doors to the security desk. Gary stared at the man there and cleared his throat before saying in a squeaky voice, I have a package here for delivery. The security guard was a huge man, with arms like a wrestler. He looked hard at Gary and said, Where's it going? In a voice like sandpaper, as he slowly flexed his hands. Gary checked the envelope again and gulped. Suite 813? Wondering what he was getting into.
There's the elevator,
barked the guard, loosely pointing in the direction.
Go up to the 8th floor.
Gary had been expecting the guard to just take the envelope, but the man obviously did not want to leave his post. At least the man was not a villain who was going to get in the way of an important delivery. Gary made his way to the elevator and up to the 8th floor.